everyone to participate in the political journey of our nation, Nigeria. To avoid the blame game, Let's Talk Politics is a talk show for political news, interviews, in-depth features, and satire, where you see things differently, know better, and also contribute to the discourse of today. We ask questions that go beyond just talking points. We press the aspirants of details of what they plan to do differently and how. Let's talk politics for a new Nigeria to evolve. On Let's Talk Politics on Mitv Lagos. Tonight we'll be talking about the Electoral Act. In the last few days, a lot have been said and done concerning the Electoral Act. The Senate passing the transfer of result to the protest and the amendment to transmission of result in real time. Tonight we'll be discussing with a guest all the way from the United States of America. My name is Adak Ibe Awolumibe. Let's take a short break. When we come back, the program continues. Stay tuned. You are welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Let's Talk Politics on MITV. You can watch us on Facebook at MITV_Nigeria, MITV-NG, and on YouTube at MITV_Nigeria. You can also watch us on DSTV channel 255. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty. Like I said, tonight we'll be talking about the Electoral Act. What is the Electoral Act? It is the law governing elections in Nigeria. And within the last few days, a lot has been done and said concerning this Electoral Act. From the Senate passing the transfer of result to the protest and to the amendment to transmission of results. Now, why do we want to talk about it? It has been making rounds in Nigeria. People are agitating. People are saying the government does not want to do the transmission. They want to do the transfer. They want to do it manually because they want to do this, they want to do that. Well, we have a guest today that will dissect this with us. His name is Engineer Kehinde Akiola. He will be joining us all the way from America. Now, the Electoral Act is a necessity in a country like ours, where we don't trust one another. Especially, the masses don't trust our politicians, so they want something that will make them accept that yes, the election was free and fair, or the election is free and fair. Not after the elections and the elections are manipulated, someone will come out and say, if you're not okay, go to court. And most times when you go to the court, you know what comes out of it. People are not given a fair hearing. And today, like I said, Engineer Kehinde Akiola will be talking to us from the US via the telephone. Let's take another short break. When we come back, he'll be joining us. Stay tuned again. You are welcome back. Like I said, our guest today is Engineer Kehinde Akiola. He is an apex leader of APC, Ikeja local government, and he was member 2023 APC Presidential Campaign Council. Engineer Kehinde, you are welcome to Let's Talk Politics today.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so, sir, can you hear us very well? Hello, sir, can you hear us very, very well? Let's take another short break. We'll be back. You are welcome back. Sorry for that break in transmission. Our guest is Engineer Kehinde Akiola, an apex leader of APC, Ikeja local government, and member 2023 APC Presidential Campaign Council. Sir, you are welcome to Let's Talk Politics tonight.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir, tonight we want to be talking about the Electoral Act. A lot has been said concerning Electoral Act in Nigeria. We've had the Senate had to reverse the passing they made some days back from transfer to transmission. And we've also had protests to the National Assembly. People protested, they were agitating that they want the Electoral Act to be reformed and that they want transmission instead of the transfer that the Senate passed. And the Senate have already done what they said, but they are still agitating that they don't want anything manual during the election. What's your take on this, sir? Hello, sir, what's your take? Can you hear us?
No, I can hear you.
Okay, I said, what's your take on the people still agitating that they don't want anything manual during the election period? They want everything electronically transmitted, and they don't want any hitch. What is your take on this? Do you support electronic transmission of results?
The line is breaking a little, but I can hear you. And you said I want to check. People that don't want electronic.
Yes, sir.
I would say that
Yes.
it's amazing how are people said to have selective memory sometimes. In the history of Nigeria, the most successful election that we ever had, and everybody agreed that it was the clearest vote in our history, was the Abiola election, which took place in 1993. It was completely manual. It was transparent. It was not concluded because the truth at that time.
We can hear you, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you loud and clear.
But the truth at that time decided to truncate it. But that was the fairest election in Nigeria's history. Fairest ever. It was all manual. Now, I see some people who like to
Hello, sir.
Like to, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Alright, I see some people who pretend to have monopoly of patriotism get on the streets and ask for INEC to do what is beyond their competence. What the senators said is that they have nothing against electronic transfer, but where it failed, the Form EC8 that we all fill at the polling booth should be the final thing that is recognized, which is a very simple document, because this document is something that is countersigned by polling agents at the polling booth. Everybody that is a contestant, naturally, normally, will have the polling agents. And these polling agents are supposed to countersign this document also. That test can be more credible. But you want real time. This is Nigeria, where we know that people hack into bank accounts. People hack every day into all sorts of cyber equipment. The cyber attacks everywhere and so on. So, the plan of these people, in my opinion, is to cause chaos in Nigeria, because some of them are, the ones that are not in government, everything must go wrong. There's nothing special about online system. But even in America, where they've been practicing this democracy for over 200 years, they still have issues with it sometimes. That they want people to conclude their elections for days. And now we want real time, so that we can do it. Nigeria is a country of over 200 million people. Though maybe about 66% of them don't even vote. But if more people are going to vote this time, how do you think that this real-time thing is going to work? And honestly, I think people are just looking for opportunity to create a situation whereby just imagine that this thing they will still do it online, and people are able to hack into it, and then they upload a kind of wrong result into INEX portal. And then INEX will know that's not the right one. The whole people start. So what is wrong with whatever happens? Where it is possible, let's do electronic transmission. Where it is not possible, let's rely on the Form EC8, which is signed by both, by all the parties that are involved in the election. What is the problem with that? That people are going to the, and protesting every day. People like Shore, who seem to have nothing else they are doing. His family is in America, he's in Nigeria, just causing trouble every day. So, and people like Amici, who is very hungry, after being in government for over 24 years. It's just ridiculous. People, these are partisan people that say they are protesting and they are civil society. What civil society are they representing? It's very upsetting when I look at all these people. The people in the Senate, they are not idiots. We elected them there. And most of them are also people of worth and patriotic people too, of substance. I know people in that Senate who are also senior advocates of Nigeria. I know the law very well. I will await this thing left and right. Why don't we give them the benefit of doubt? Why can't we give the benefit of doubt? They want to force their hand and blackmail them. They just put real time. So that if we have a problem with that, then we say election is not conclusive. Or election cannot be done. It is wrong. It is not fair. It is not fair. I think we should let the Senate do its work. The work should be done, and let us have peace and progress in Nigeria. Thank you.
Okay, having said that, do you believe that the current Electoral Act provides sufficient safeguards against electoral manipulation? Did you get the question, sir? No, I said,
sorry.
okay, I said, do you believe the current Electoral Act provides sufficient safeguards against electoral manipulation?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Okay, let me let me rephrase it. Do you believe or do you think that we have enough security guarding our Electoral Act against manipulation of results in Nigeria? Are you there?
Look, okay, I don't know if I got your question right.
Yeah.
Our concern is how do we guard against manipulation of election results? Am I
Yes,
correct?
yes, that's the question.
Okay, fine. In my opinion, I think every candidate in the election, every party wants its salt, ought to have their own agents. That is the law. You have to have your agent in every polling booth. I think when you have your agent in every polling booth, and they count it, there's already a procedure for counting votes. I'm sure all of us know this very well. That when they put the votes, they sort the votes after they vote it, and then they go and they count it 1, 2, 3, put the different boxes they give to the agents to hold, and then they count each one who has more votes, and they announce it there publicly. That is the rule. After that, they now fill this thing in a form, that form EC8 or what they call it, and then everybody is supposed to sign as well. What other this thing? The only thing that's in after that is just maybe at the collation center. And even at the collation center too, we have also their agents. That's what agents there. So I don't see what the issues are. Really, that unless people cannot trust their own people, and that is unfortunate. If you have agents that you cannot trust, it's your problem.
That is the point.
You have to put people that they can trust, that can defend their interest at those polling booths, and that is it. That's what makes election count.
Now that is the point, sir. Hold on, sir.
Even if you say real time,
Yes.
if I can buy your agent even at the polling booth, if I can buy it at the polling booth, we'll still manipulate it at that polling booth and still announce the wrong thing real time.
Okay, hang on, sir.
Announce it the wrong time, real time.
Let me come in here, sir. You know why most people are agitating is because they don't trust the process. That is one. They don't trust the process. You know, after voting, most people go home. Even when they are there, a lot of things happen. Like, you know, going by what has happened in the last elections in Nigeria, most people complain that what they show them as what they have as result in their polling unit, it's not what they end up hearing when the results are released, you know, by INEC. So that is why people are agitating that the results should be transmitted real time, so that as it is leaving the polling booth, people will know what their agents are transmitting to the IREV, so that there will not be any manipulation. But having said that, do you think, I'm trying to rephrase that question again, do you think Nigerians are ready to go out and vote, then wait for the results to be collated and announced, bearing in mind the insecurity in almost every state of Nigeria? Hello, sir.
No, I didn't hear the last part.
I'm saying, now the election time is coming. Do you think Nigerians are ready to go out and vote, defend their votes, irrespective of what any party or anybody does to make sure that they don't stay to defend their vote? Do you think they are ready to go out and vote, irrespective of the insecurity in the country?
Okay, if I get your question well, let me tell you this. Since 1999, when we returned to democracy,
Yeah.
I have not missed any election, no matter what happens, wherever I am in the world. I make sure that I'm home and I participate actively in the election. Now, let me tell you this. Only people themselves can protect their votes. And in all those elections, there's not one that I vote and I go home. I vote and we sit nearby. When it's time to count, we all count together. And we take that and we get a copy of the result. It's not hidden, they write it up, you can see the result, then they put it on that form too. There's nothing there. So everybody, if you have your own agent now cannot take picture of it yourself and send to your own. When we are doing the campaign, the last campaign for the president, the current president, 2023, because we were in the situation room, and I tell you, all our agents from everywhere were sending results in, and we ourselves were able to collect about whatever INEC was doing, we got the result. INEC announced. Because all our agents are able to send in their results. What people should do, people should give up their own system. Get agents that are smart, that can take picture of these from ECA and send to their headquarters, whatever, and they collect, and everybody has their own collation. Everywhere in the world, up to tomorrow, they still have to do collation. Because that's the standard rule of life, that when you count in different places, you must collect to be able to get an aggregate of what the result is.
Of course, you must collect, but that collation is the thing.
So we do real time from every polling booth. How does that make? I don't even know really. People just ask for impossible and try to tax the government in an unreasonable way.
How do you mean it's impossible? I don't understand, sir.
Even in America, to pay it, they're not doing it real time.
But how can you compare America and Nigeria, their system and our system? America,
because they're doing it state by state.
They're doing it step by step.
The last time, before they would eventually be able to announce the result, because they would have to do also the what they call it, according to states who has more. Like when you had the election, the other election that time between Trump and even Hillary Clinton that time, Hillary Clinton won on majority, but lost on the other part. Some people have gone to press and yeah, she has won. And then when they announce the other one, now it's not becoming a problem. It's not.
Okay, now you mentioned America. Sir, please allow me talk here. Now you just mentioned America. They do theirs state by state. Even though they do it state by state, they don't do it the same day. Those state by state, they do their result on real time. They don't do it manually, sir. They don't do it manually. They collect, they transmit, collect, and everything is electronically, not manually. So why would you want to go and do manually when my opponent, hold on, sir. My opponent has a gun and I don't have a gun. What would you want me to do in that situation? Sir.
We are saying the same thing.
Yes.
Whether manually collation or collation. You get me? They have to collect.
They have to collect, yes, but not manually. For instance, in Nigeria here, it's very deadly. When your opponent has a gun and you don't have, what do? You allow them have their way. There's an adage that says, if you have a gun and I have a gun, yeah, we can discuss squarely. But when you have a gun and I don't have...
Sadly, I can't hear you. This breaks the law,
but I can hear you, sir. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? You can hear me now. I said, if your opponent has a gun and you don't have, which is very, very common in Nigeria, during coalition, you will see Agboros, they will come out from somewhere and they will be holding guns and other things to beat people up, even put people in the booth, and the other people, they don't have anything. What do you do in such situation?
Okay, in the first instance,
yes.
Nigeria has moved a bit from that point. That is not a common stance anymore.
Since when? Since when, sir?
Most of the time, we cancel such results. In those areas, once there is a dispute or fight or something, or people disrupt the election in that place, most of the time, that polling booth is cancelled. Go and check it. That is what has been happening.
No, in the last elections, what we heard was, if you don't agree with it, go to court.
Some people that try to now disrupt the election when they know that they are losing, then they will bring something to just scatter and everything and so on. But nobody does. I mean, it's no longer fashionable because with all the advantage, the kind of mobile phones we have now, everybody can go on YouTube, everybody can broadcast, and so on and so forth. It's no longer fashionable for people to go out and say that. I think the police are doing their own bit too. They're improving every day in terms of making sure they get people that are doing electoral violence to book. So I think we should just give ourselves a break and let's continue to do. We are improving. I'm telling you, if you look back to where we are coming from, you must give credit to even INEC and all the people that are involved, that we are trying every day to improve on our system, and we are improving on our system. Even in 1999, it wasn't even like this. And before that, 1993 was even not. Like 1993, the only good thing, like I said, was that because that was option forward, they would call it that time or something like that, where everybody just line up and they count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that was it. You understand what I mean? But we are improving day by day. We are not doing always day carry the ballot box to a corner and go and fill it and put it back. But now it's no longer possible to do things like that. You can't. You can't. There are international observers, there everybody, there is agent, polling agent, everybody standing by. So people are there, and then you have also the IRF machine that they have to check your identity, make sure you are the right person before you can even vote. You know? Before anybody could just come from anywhere and claim other people's identity and vote. But they can't do that anymore because they have to bring your PVC and they have to be accredited properly before you can vote. That's an improvement.
Okay. Okay, sir. In the last elections, during the presidential election, the INEC said there were glitches on the IREV and the beavers or whatever to transmit to the IREV and whatever. But during the during the senatorial and House of Representatives election, the results were transmitted. But during the presidential election, they could not transmit, and they said there were glitches and all that they will go ahead and do that as soon as there's network. Then before we could open our eyes, or before we could close our eyes and open before morning, the result was announced. And the next thing that was told to Nigerians were, if you don't agree with the result, go to court. And when you go to the court will tell you whatever they want. How do you think people will agree with this stance of the government or the Senate that elections results will be transmitted both manually and electronically? Is that not confusion? Is that not putting confusion in Nigeria? Sir?
It's not any confusion at all. It's not any confusion at all. In the first instance, every Nigerian must know that minority will have their say, majority will have their way. That is the way life is structured. That's the way there is peace everywhere. Everybody must not think that if I go to vote, whoever I put or I voted must be the winner. Because that is what happens. Everybody wants to be like, well, your own vote alone maybe accounts for millions. But one man, one vote. You have voted your own, you have left. You don't know what I am voting. So why should we assume that when they announce the result and the person is my own person, that means that they will rig the election? Why? That is mentality and it is totally wrong. It's totally wrong. You know, it's not what we are expecting. What are you expecting? What are you expecting? Do you know what other people are expecting? It's only by counting the vote I can tell whose expectation is going to be met. So I don't know why people go with this belief that once it's not that. Glitches were there. And they are getting agreed right there. This thing happens even with that we're on the field. In some places, even though that RF machine will not work, to the point that they will try to have to go another go and bring another one, and people will be waiting in queue before the thing will come. But this is technology for you. Sometimes you walk, I'm talking to you now on phone, and sometimes I'm hearing half of what you're saying, I'm not hearing half. So because I don't hear everything you said now, I was saying we didn't have an interview tonight.
Some school of thought said they want to do manually because they want to rig the elections.
Popularity for nothing.
Sir.
People that have nothing, they chop people.
Okay, sir.
People angry.
Sir, mind your tenses, sir, please. Mind your tenses, sir.
Civil society like Amici.
Sir, mind your tenses, and we don't call names.
Speaker for 8 years, governor for 8 years, minister for 8 years, and then he's hungry.
Sir.
Can you imagine?
Sir, some people said that.
How can I be like that? I said they're protesting for what? Because they're not allowed to rig the election.
Sir, can you allow me to talk?
No,
I'm the host.
A lot of us don't believe in it.
Sir, I'm the host. Allow me to talk, sir. Some people say that they are insisting on manual transmission because that is the way to rig the election. Can't we do without the manual?
That's the way to do what?
To rig the election, the easiest way to rig the election. Can't we do without the manual transmission?
It is a lie. I just explained it to you. I just explained to you that manual or no manual, even its formation has to be filled manually. You use hand and biro, that we used to fill it. Let me tell you, even where you do you're doing whatever electronic voting, you still have to look at the figure and put it somewhere, and then you add it up all together. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what the issue your candidate won and you have your EC, you can go to court and prove that you won now. If you think somebody should change in one area, pull it together, all your forms in that area. They have that system that the tribunal will look at each and all those things and check the authentic vote, and these are the authentic results from each polling booth, and they will add it together and declare whoever won. It has happened in this country several times now. There have people be announced as governor. When you get to the tribunal and they lose, what do you think happens there? It's vetting. They look at all these things and they vet it and they say who won and then they declare it. Why are we trying to just because we have seen people who post online on that. If you look at some of YouTube snippets that we see here and there, where people are told that don't worry, just go to election. You know what to do with electronic this and that and so on. So now want to come and materialize it. It can't happen. It can't happen.
Okay, let us invite our callers.
They can make as much as they want to make it. See, they do it work and they will do it properly. They are the people that we elected.
Okay, sir. Let's invite our callers, sir. Hold on. Yes, sir. Hold on, sir. Just give us a minute. Let's invite our callers to be part of this discussion. You can call us on 08033274416 to air your view and to contribute to whatever we are saying tonight on Electoral Act. Go ahead, sir. Hello, sir. Are you there, sir? Yeah. Okay, so in your view, what do you think is the best way to solve this problem? Bearing in mind the agitation, because people are still agitating. What do you think, or how do you think is the best way to solve this problem so that everybody will be at rest?
The best way to solve this problem is for those people to be educated that their way cannot always be the only way. That is all. And we should not let people, that protest is more or less an ADC campaign. It's an ADC protest. All of them are members of ADC, except maybe Show who has another party, because also a former presidential candidate. So these are political people just gathering and recruiting people. There are people that they've given some cash and whatever, and some jobless people that they can find around, give them money and give them placard for those who want to go and make noise.
How do you know it's ADC protest? Everybody there, they are not all ADC members.
ADC chieftains are there. ADC chieftains are all there.
That doesn't make it an ADC protest. It's a Nigerian protest.
Complete. They are there.
They are there.
They are all there, so it's clear. Behind one finger.
Is ADC a threat to APC?
And where I come from, they say that you cannot be chewing crap and hide behind the door. We will know that you are behind that door.
Okay. Is ADC a threat to the government of today?
ADC what?
Is ADC a threat to the government of the day?
ADC, I said ADC.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Is ADC, is it a threat to the government of the day? Now that you mentioned them, is it a threat to the government of the day?
I can't hear you. But ADC, I know them are just disgruntled, hungry, and angry people. That's all. But
why do you use such words? Hungry, disgruntled, and what?
The government is improving. The World Bank is acknowledging it. The World Bank acknowledges it. IMF acknowledges everybody.
Really?
Even our haters, even that are objective, at least they all acknowledge that these companies are on the right path. But all the people that could not do subsidy again, that they are not making money from subsidy, they'll be angry and they're gathering. But Nigeria will continue to move forward.
Yeah. Okay, let's take a short break, sir. We'll come back and we'll continue again. Stay tuned. You're welcome back. We're still talking with Engineer Akiola all the way from America. And we've been discussing the Electoral Act. Is it okay to allow the Senate have their way by allowing them to pass the bill for transmission or transfer? Which one is your own? Call us on 080-3327-4416 to be part of this program. Engineer Akiola, you have the floor, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, thank you.
So we are listening to you.
Thank you.
We are listening to you. Hello, sir. Yeah. I asked before we went on that break. I asked you.
The responsible citizen.
Yeah.
The responsible citizen, they are listening to the people. They were supposed to be on recess. They still came back to review issues, and they have come to a conclusion that it's better to leave it as an option, and that is the best. So let's leave it. If it works like that, please everybody go ahead and do the transmission to the collection center, because they will have to collect in the long run when everything gets on the annex portal.